Hello everyone. Well, today is day 6 of the 100-day project, or craft project as I'm referring to it as. And I had something I was very excited to try to do. And I realized late yesterday that I need a particular tool that I do not have. So I went on Amazon and ordered it. We have Prime. It's supposed to be a Prime item, but Prime has really failed since COVID. So I'm hoping, it's saying I should have it by Tuesday. I'm hoping I get that this week because I really want to do that project and I think you'll really enjoy it. But anyway, so I had to sort of stop and think what I could do. I am completely out of postage stamps. I need to order those off of Etsy. But I thought that I would try a couple different ways to make your own. So I have this napkin that I've cut in half because I only want to use 2 sections for this. I'm going to keep the other 2 because I thought they could go on something else. But what I plan to do with this, and I'll just get right to it, I'm going to divide these panels because I want to put some on this text and some on music paper, so they have some sort of background showing through before I cut them down. So I'll start with this index paper. I was so disappointed. I even ran out yesterday again to Hobby Lobby to get some things that I knew I needed, and then there's a particular tool and I wasn't completely satisfied with one of the elements that I had to settle for at Hobby Lobby. So I thought last night as I was playing around, I was like, I'm just going to get the proper tool that I need. So that was very wordy just to get that out, but it's Saturday morning. My husband, excuse me, loves to do the grocery shopping, which I should be thrilled about. I'd rather do it myself though. And usually like holiday time, when we're hosting a party or something, there's more unusual things on the list, that he's not familiar with and always seems to bring home the wrong thing. That's when I normally go to the store, but I don't know what he would do if he didn't have the grocery store run on Saturday morning. So he's out doing that. I hope that he doesn't come in the midst of this. But, alright. So, I'm just gonna, I got enough blue there? I still don't have enough blue. Thought I did. I just wanted to get these down so they could be drying while we work on the other scraps. Now I'm just putting this whole napkin down because I'll cut around each of these. And I'm awful at doing this. But let's just keep going. Right? What's the motto? If you fail, try again. That's my crafting motto. Last night I was making a list of things that I could do for this 100-day project, and I'm so very excited about a few of them. Very inspired. The one thing I'm a little bit disappointed with so far is that journal that I put outside. We even had, I guess I would call it a shower yesterday morning. And the top of the journal is wet, but it didn't even get wet down to the bottom. And I'm not really seeing any change. And I know I'm doing a horrible job on this. But you know, I don't care. I care, but I don't think it's going to matter with what we're doing. Alright, so I'm going to set that one aside. I wanted to use this music paper for the other section, just so something's showing underneath the napkin. But on my journal that's outside, I think what I'm going to do, I've come to the conclusion, is I'm going to leave it out there today. Tomorrow we're supposed to have a snowstorm. And I thought, well, maybe I'll leave it out there for that. But I don't know. So what I think I'm going to do is leave it out there for today and tonight. And then tomorrow morning, I think I'm going to bring it in and put it in a tea or coffee bath so that it gets wet all the way through. Because as you know, I put, like, you know, things from outside in there and some tea bags, different things. None of that, I don't think, is going to do anything if it doesn't get wet. So yesterday morning when I was out at Hobby Lobby and it started raining, I was like, oh, yay! And then I look and I'm like, nothing really happening. So I thought, you know, maybe I'll just submerge the whole thing in coffee or tea and then let it all dry out. So we shall see. It's one big experiment. Alright, that's good enough for me. I say it and then I keep going. Alright, I'm going to move those over there so they can dry. And then, got my water. Then I have all these scraps of, you know, scrap paper. So I cut down, I have a lot of lunch bags, and I really like the weight of them. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to, what glue am I going to use? I didn't give that much thought. I guess I could use, well, I'll get both of these over here just in case. I'm just going to cut random squares out. I'll make different sizes. Well, first of all, it's important that these pieces are fairly straight. I'll just do a couple of each, maybe. If I could cut a straight line, it might help. And I don't know how well these are going to work, but these colors, I guess is what I'm talking about. But you never know until you try. And at the end of the day, it's just scrap paper. You could tear the paper as well. You know, tear these out if you wanted to. I'm just doing the centers of the stamps. Square or straight edge. I have these little birdies. Remember I bought this paper years ago and at Michael's, and I was like, it was in a paper pack. I wasn't like thrilled with it, but then after I tea-dyed it and I've used it and doing a couple different things, I think I'll leave that one like that. I cannot cut a straight line. Not too big for a stamp. I'm just going to fill this page up. Trying to find something so that might just be too plain. This is on tea stain paper. I think this was I want to say it's, oh, and mine just went, that's pretty up there. That would be pretty. I think I might try to get a few of these. That is not square. I think that's enough. I don't want to bore you to death watching me cut squares. As I cut out two more. Alright, I'm just going to glue these down. Let me get rid of these scraps so they're not in our way. Me struggling and almost fell off my chair. So I think I'm going to try this wet glue. Course. I think it's time for me to get a new mat. Yesterday after I did that rust project with that paint and cinnamon, I had it everywhere. I cleaned my table off and scrubbed it and it still looks like crap. And I think I've had this mat a while. I want to make sure that I have enough of this bag around it that I can use my pinking shears to cut around it once we're done. Now, something I do a lot of times, you don't have to, you know, it's anybody's interpretation, right? But sometimes I stitch, like after I cut out. I'll show you what I mean. I won't bore you with all that. Oh shoot, I forgot to set my timer. I'm gonna have to reset. I'll glue some more of these down and then I'll reset the timer. I don't know how long I've been on here. I think what I'll do, I'll glue a few more of these on here, and then when I turn my camera off, I'll finish gluing these down, because you've seen people glue before, right? And then once I get that done, I'll come back. Hope I'm not getting too close here. I don't know how well. It might be pretty though, once it's all said and done. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn you off. I'm going to finish gluing these down, and then I'll come back and show you what I do next. Well, I'm back. While I was waiting, it was taking a while for the napkin that I put on the music page to dry. So while I was waiting, I started a cake. My husband came home, took care of what needed to be done there, and then what I did was I just cut these stamps or napkin into squares. The bigger pieces that were in the center of those napkins, I'm not going to use for stamps, but I'll keep those because I might be able to use those in a collage or on a tag or, you know, something else. So then on here, I wanted to show you, I stitched a couple stamps while it was on here, just so you could see the difference. I stitched around one of the napkins on the music paper and the text. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to do all of these on video. I really don't think there's a need. But these, the next thing that I would do is, they need to be backed, of course. So I was thinking, I have music paper, text, and this is some paper from a scrapbook that was my mom's, and there's several pages left blank. So I've been using this in some different things, and I thought I might back some of these onto here. So I'll do a few of each just so we can see the differences. And I'm just leaving room so I can cut around. So I'll do like I'll do 2 on each, just so you can see the differences and see what you may or may not like better. I'll do 2 on that. Some of these I have to keep turning around to figure out what the picture is. It's music, so I'll do a text. Text on text. My son called me. He's a peace officer in Ohio, and he had called me last night, and while we were on the phone there was a radio call that there was a robbery in progress and he had to go, so he knew I was worried. He just called to let me know everything was good, so I was glad to hear from him. This is, and I always have a problem with music paper because it's like, well, I guess it really doesn't matter. It seems like the gap is so large that there's a lot of blank around it, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to place this. Not going to worry about it. That's music, so I'll take this one. Okay, so I'll do these off camera. I don't think you need to see all of those. And then I showed you these. So the advantage of these, if there is one, is the fact that since I backed them on this, or, you know, you could, of course, you can take your scraps and put them right on text or music paper too. I just chose to put them on there. Now I'm going to take my pinking shears and hopefully be able to cut these. Usually I try to go a little bit big, and then once I get it cut out, I can better adjust. This one's not very straight, but, and then I'll cut out this one that I didn't sew around. And you don't have to sew around them. I like them stitched just because I like sewing in my journal. But they certainly don't have to be. And then once we stamp them, I'll do these too. I'll just do these. You could get real creative with these too, you know. We're going to do some stamping on them, of course, but... Alright, so I think we have enough examples. So I'm going to move these aside. I got these cut out. Cut these out. Cut these apart before I mess this up. And if you don't have pinking shears, you might have some decorative scissors, you know, that usually you can buy fairly cheap in a whole bundle, like Michael's or one of those, or you can buy them individually. Just let that fall on the floor. Sorry, I get quiet when I'm concentrating. And then two more. Probably shouldn't be using these for paper, since I use them for material. These scissors. There's text. That, and what was the other thing? Did I already cut out the ones on music? Yeah, right here. These. Okay. Lost track there for a second. I'm going to keep that. Get my music paper that went on the floor. Alright, so then the last thing would be to stamp them. And I have searched and searched and searched, and I know I have stamps for this, but I can't locate them. They must be with all my postage stamps that I had purchased, but I can't find. all of that was done about the same time I moved my craft room up here, but I've been through everything. So I have a few stamps here, and let me just pause you for a moment because my husband just pulled back in and it's going to be complete chaos. I'll be right back. Okay. So what I was saying was I could not find my little postage marks. I found these that I'll use, and then I do have some little numbers that I'm going to use as well. So I'm just going to try to determine what in my mind is the top or bottom of the stamp. I don't think, well, it doesn't really matter with the do a couple of the same stamp. This is actually Christmas paper, but I thought it was cute. It had a little birdie and a little heart on it. The same with this over here. I just thought they were cute. I don't know where my husband just whispered to me that he was going, but he's off again. I'm just going to use this on approximately half of these. And I'll use that other stamp and then I'll put some numbers on them. I'll go back over some of these with, try to get some of those lines. These, okay, that's a box of flowers. I have to keep looking at these. I thought they would be cute with text or music behind them, but made them sort of busy. Busy. Some of the images are very clear and the others are not. So some of these can actually have more than one stamp. There we go. Alright, let me get this one, which is not worth much. Didn't come out very clear. Trying to get Yep, that didn't come out. I must let it set flat. I sort of made a mess out of that one. Can't even tell what's under there. This is just a really poor stamp to try to use. Let me try to use this end. Let's stamp it upside down. No, that wouldn't make sense. There we go. Everybody have a stamp? Might try to get some of these lines. put some numbers. All these. This one really got, I don't think he needs a number. He's so, he has a lot going on, that one. Just going to randomly put them on there. Oh. My fingers are constantly, they seem like they're constantly filthy with ink or paint or something. I'm take some scrubbing to get that off. Alright, well, here's my end results. This is one that I used music paper in the background and stitched around. This one has text behind it. And these, they may not look like much now, but when you add them to little things, they take, you know, they come to life. And like what I might do is, I'll just do this while we're on camera here. I might add a little bit of ink around them. On some of them. But you get the drift. And I know this is nothing new. I just thought I would share it with you, and it was part of my 100-day doing something every day adventure. So that's that. I'll continue to finish the rest of these and just add them to my stash. And then when I do receive or order, I need to order some stamps from Etsy. I think I have them in my cart and just haven't done it. But nonetheless, these are fun to do. I really like, to be quite honest, like this napkin wasn't the greatest for these. I just thought because they were already in little squares, it might make it a little bit easy. But I really like the using the scrap paper. I really do. I think I like those better. And maybe if I had a different napkin, my opinion would be different. And I like the stitching, just straight stitched, better than the zigzag. At least on the examples that I've done here. Did I have another zigzag or no? But anyway, there you have it. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you create something today. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hello, I just wanted to show you that I've completed all of my stamps, and I really love some of them. The ones I think I like the most, I'm not crazy at all about the napkin that I did. And it's because of the napkin itself, I'm sure. But I really love the others that I made out of scrap paper. Look how pretty that one is. So I got some I'm really pleased with what I have, and I'll put them in my stash and use them accordingly. I just wanted to give you an overview of what I was able to accomplish in very little time. So have a great day. I think earlier I said it was day 6 of the 100-day challenge. It's actually day 7. It's been a full week. So I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.